Released, the 10th of August. Director, John Turteltaub. Cast, Jason Statham, Ruby Rose, Rainn Wilson. After escaping an attack by what he claims was a 70-foot shark, Jonas Taylor must confront his fears to save those trapped in a sunken submersible. Released, the 12th of July. Director, Rawson Marshall. Thurber. Cast, Dwayne Johnson, Neve Campbell, Chin Han. FBI hostage rescue team leader Will Sawyer is framed for setting fire to the tallest building in the world and must rescue his family who are trapped inside, at the top. Released, the 12th of July. Director, Paul Schrader. Cast, Ethan Hawke, Amanda Seyfried, Cedric the Entertainer. A priest of a small congregation in upstate New York grapples with mounting despair brought on by tragedy, worldly concerns and a tormented past. Released, the 17th of August. Director, Mark Forster. Cast, Ewan McGregor, Haley Atwell, Jim Cummings. Voice, a working-class family man, Christopher Robin, encounters his childhood friend Winnie the Pooh, who helps him to rediscover the joys of life. Released, the 17th of August. Director, Brian Henson. Cast, Melissa McCarthy, Elizabeth Banks, Maya Rudolph. When the puppet cast of an 80s children's TV show begins to get murdered one by one, a disgraced LAPD detective turned private eye puppet takes on the case. Released, the 24th of August. Director, Spike Lee. Cast, John David Washington, Adam Driver. Topher Grace. The film, produced by Get Out's Jordan Peele, is set in the early 70s and follows Washington's Ron Star with who, after becoming the first African-American detective on the Colorado Springs Police Department, sets out to infiltrate and expose the Ku Klux Klan while posing as a racist extremist. Released, the 27th of August. Director, Peter Berg. Cast, Mark Wahlberg, Lauren Cohen, John Malkovich. An elite American intelligence officer, aided by a top-secret tactical command unit, tries to smuggle a mysterious police officer with sensitive information out of the country. Released, the 31st of August. Director, Desiree Archavan. Cast, Chloe Grace Moretz, John Gallagher Jr., Jennifer Ely. In 1993, a teenage girl is forced into a gay conversion therapy center by her conservative guardians. Released, the 7th of September. Director, Bart Layton. Cast, Evan Peters, Blake Jenner, and out. Four young men mistake their lives for a movie and attempt one of the most audacious heists in U.S. history. Released, the 7th of September. Director, Brad Furman. Cast, Johnny Depp, Forrest Whitaker, Rockman Dunbar. The film tells the story of American hero and former LAPD detective, Russell Poole, as he works the 1997 murder cases of rappers Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. Released, the 21st of September. Director, Paul Feig. Cast, Blake Lively, Linda Cardellini, Anna Kendrick. A thriller from Bridesmaids. Director, following a mummy vlogger who seeks to uncover the truth behind her best friend Emily's sudden disappearance from their small town. Released, the 28th of September. Director, Stephen Merchant. Cast, Florence Pugh, Lena Headey, Dwayne Johnson. A former wrestler and his family make a living performing at small venues around the country while his kids dream of joining World Wrestling Entertainment. Released, the 28th of September. Director, Eli Roth. Cast, Kate Blanchett, Jack Black, Kyle MacLachlan. A young orphan named Louis Barnevelt aids his magical uncle in locating a clock with the power to bring about the end of the world. Released, the 5th of October. Director, Bradley Cooper. Cast, Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper. Sam Elliott. A musician helps a young singer and actress find fame, even as age and alcoholism sent his own career into a downward spiral. Released, the 5th of October. Director, Ruben Fleischer. Cast, Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams, Riz Ahmed. When Eddie Brock acquires the powers of a symbiote, he will have to release his alter ego Venom to save his life. Released, the 12th of October. Director, Drew Goddard. Cast, Chris Hemsworth, Dakota Johnson, Nick Offerman. 7 strangers, each with a secret to bury, meet at Lake Tahoe's El Royale, a rundown hotel with a dark past. Over the course of one fateful night, everyone will have a last shot at redemption, before everything goes to hell. Released, the 12th of October. Director, Damien Chazelle. Cast, Ryan Gosling, Claire Foy, Kyle Chandler. A look at the life of the astronaut, Neil Armstrong, and the legendary space mission that led him to become the first man to walk on the moon on July 20, 1969. Released, the 19th of October. Director, Andy Serkis. Cast, Rowan Chand, Benedict Cumberbatch, voice, Kate Blanchett, voice. A human child raised by wolves must face off against a menacing tiger named Shere Khan, as well as his own origins in this live-action adaptation of Rudyard Kipling's novel. Released, the 24th of October. Director, Bryan Singer, Dexter Fletcher. Cast, Rami Malek, Joseph Mazzello, Lucy Boynton. A chronicle of the years leading up to Queen's legendary appearance at the Live Aid, 1985. Concert in 1985. Released, the 25th of October. Director, Julius Avery. Cast, Wyatt Russell, Ian DeCasteca, Pilo Asbeck. The story of 2 American soldiers behind enemy lines on D-Day that may or may not be another film set in J.J. Abrams' Cloverfield world. Released, the 9th of November. Director, Steve McQueen. Cast, Viola Davis, Elizabeth Debicki, Liam Neeson. Set in contemporary Chicago, amidst time of turmoil, 4 women with nothing in common except a debt left behind by their dead husband's criminal activities, take fate into their own hands, and conspire to forge a future on their own terms. Released, the 7th of December. Director, Yanda Marsh. Cast, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Matthew McConaughey, Eddie Marsan. The story of teenager Richard Wersch Jr., who became an undercover informant for the FBI during the 1980s and was ultimately arrested for drug trafficking and sentenced to life in prison. Released, the 14th of December. Director, Christian Rivers. Cast, Hugo Weaving, Frankie Adams, Stephen Lang. Many years after the 60-minute war, cities survive a now desolate Earth by moving around on giant wheels, attacking and devouring smaller towns to replenish their resources. Released, the 26th of December. Director, Robert Rodriguez. Cast, Rosa Salazar, Jennifer Connelly, Ed Skrein. An action-packed story of one young woman's journey to discover the truth of who she is and her fight to change the world. Released, the 26th of December. Director, Ethan Coen. Cast, Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly. Rafe Fiennes. A humorous take on Arthur Conan Doyle's classic mysteries featuring Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.